What's up, everybody, and welcome to the show. Thanks for joining me tonight. I put together a little winter storm podcast for you guys. I was just having a interview with the guys who swim the current on Thursday night. It was awesome having the guys on there. They are going to be in town coming up on Saturday the 31st. They're going to be playing over at the House of Rock. It's going to be awesome. So I'm going to get some more details when it comes to that. But for right now, I am going to be playing meteorologist, okay? So I got you going tonight. We are under an extreme cold warning right now. So I got all this information from the National Weather Service. Extreme cold warning going on right now, 7:30 p.m. Freeze warning, temperatures as low as 30 degrees expected. And wind chill as low as 9 degrees is going to be expected. All right. And this is going to be for these counties: Clayburgh, Nueces, San Patricio, Duval, Jim Wells, and Webb. All these counties right here. One more time. For Clayburgh, Nueces, San Patricio, Duval, Jim Wells, and Webb. All you counties are under freeze warning from now until noon on Monday. So extreme cold warnings from 3 p.m. Monday morning to noon at Monday. All right. Extreme cold warning. Let me repeat that one more time. Starting at 3 a.m. this morning all the way to noon tomorrow. And, watch out, because if you're exposed to these temps, you can get frostbite. Shout out to the guys in Bleeding Edge. Speaking of frostbite, the hit. Hell yeah, from Bleeding Edge. Shout out Scott Sargent and Carl Foley. Hell yeah, Bleeding Edge, kicking ass. Look them up on your favorite music platform. But like I was saying, you could get frostbite and potentially even get hypothermia for prolonged exposure. So get prepared and stay indoors and keep your ass warm. All right. So it's going to be crazy for the next, 12 to 15 hours possibly. So keep yourself warm and stay indoors. All right. Get ready for extreme cold weather. And watch out for your pets. If you have any pets, you have to bring them inside, all right? If you have any plants worth saving that are in pots, bring them in the garage. Save those plants, all right? And cover the other ones that are outside that you want to protect until after the freeze. So on top of the extreme weather that we're experiencing right now, I want to share some extreme cold munchie ideas, all right? Some cooking ideas I want to share with you today. So, I have a background of cooking. I've been cooking ever since I was 19, 20. Of course, I started out in the dish room back in the day, learning getting my shit down, and went up to a fryer, then worked a grill, then saute, and became the kitchen manager, eventually the general manager. And so I've worn all the hats. I worn all the hats there is in a restaurant business, and enjoyed the whole experience. So that's why I still do it today. So I love cooking. I love working with people, and love working with a team of people, which is why I have so many bands and so many guys that I love to work with, because it's just like the Christmas show. I get the Harbor City All-Stars. That's a 20-piece Christmas band. And I can't say how awesome it is to be able to collaborate with so many great artists every year at Christmas time. It is amazing. And thank you to each and every one of you Harbor City All-Stars for always being so generous with your time and your talents. And it is also always a pleasure to be helping out our communities and our neighbors when we donate our money and our food collected for that event to our Coastal Bend Food Bank. So it's always great. Please continue to help me support the Coastal Bend Food Bank with Tony's Twisted Christmas Spectacular, benefiting them on December 19th of this year at the House of Rock. Again, we are working with our buddies over at the House of Rock, Stan, and of course, Casey Lane over there. Thank you, gentlemen, for always giving us a home for this great benefit to help out our community. You guys are awesome. So here's some extreme cold munchie ideas, all right? So I've got to recommend, what do I got first on the hit list? Some chili. So everybody wants to munch out some chili, right? Well, this is my recipe, my secret to making some kick-ass San Antonio style chili. You can pick this up. This is Bonner's Fiesta brand quick chili mix. And when I say quick, it is quick to fix this up, all right? You can fix this up by just browning 1 pound of ground, I prefer chuck beef, and brown that up real quick. Drain the beef, drain the all your grease that gets cooked out of there, and make sure it's cooked up really well. All right, brown it well, no pink. And after that, pour it back into your skillet, heat it up, add one 15-ounce can, my choice, Trapees, pinto beans with jalapenos and bacon. Yes, one can of that. Pour that in there with your ground beef in your skillet, and then go back and fill up that can about halfway with hot water. Stir it around in the can and pour that back in there. And then you're going to get 4 tablespoons of this good stuff right here. Quick chili, Bonner's Fiesta quick chili mix right here. You're going to put 4 tablespoons in there. Add it to your water, to your pinto beans and ground beef, and stir it in there very well. And bring that up to a boil. After you bring that up to a boil, I want you to put a lid on it, bring it down to a simmer, like maybe like a 1.5 temperature if you have a dial from 1 to 10, and let that simmer for the next 15 minutes. All right, and after that, you are ready for business. All right, quick chili mix. There's my recipe for you guys to enjoy real quick, and you can have it ready within about 25 minutes tops. All right, and then serve that with some crackers, or whether you like Ritz or whether you like saltines, throw down with that. Also put that in your bowl and sprinkle some cheddar cheese on there. I want to have some cheddar cheese on my chili all the time. Hell yeah. And feel free to maybe dice up a fresh jalapeno or 2, maybe probably just 1 for a batch that size, and throw that in there as it comes to a boil, and that will definitely kick up your quick chili even hotter than the little jalapenos that come inside the pinto bean mix. That Trapees can of pinto beans with jalapenos and bacon is the hit. So make sure you're using that. And if that's too spicy for you, you can just use a plain pinto bean can. All right, 15-ounce can of pinto beans to mix in with that pound of ground beef and 4 tablespoons of that quick chili mix. Bring it to a boil and let it simmer for 15 minutes, and you are on. So let's move on to our next idea. I love Cajun food. So I've come from a Cajun food background. I used to be a GM over at Wahoo's Cajun Cafe, and I also worked in the prep kitchen as a prep master for 10 years over, and it feels like 10 years. Maybe it was only about 5 or 6 for the Country Cajun / Bayou Grill. All right. So this is a quick way to have an awesome serving of some killer gumbo. All right. Tony Chachere's right there puts together a killer recipe for gumbo, and it only takes you about 25 minutes to fix up. So yes, you're not having to cook up your own dark roux, which is very cool, because dark roux could be a bitch to cook up. It's going to take a while. And I will tell you that it's worthwhile, because I love cooking Cajun food, and all the steps that go in it are definitely a part of the process to make it just taste amazing. But if you need a shortcut, drop into your HEB or your Walmart and pick yourself up one of these boxes of Tony Chachere's gumbo. All right, this is awesome. I always add about 3/4 pounds of shrimp, 3/4 pound of sausage, and maybe about 1/2 to 2/3 a pound of cooked chicken. So make sure your chicken is cooked before you add it to this mix. The shrimp, if you have seafood, add it in the last 10 minutes of the recipe, and it'll finish cooking. Or if you happen to put it in there frozen, if you use some frozen shrimp, which is fine, you can use some smaller pieces. Put that in there in the last 10 minutes, and it will get yourself ready and come to temp. By the time the dish is ready, 25 minutes cooking time is all this thing needs right here. So try it out. It is awesome. I recommend it. Tony Chachere's gumbo mix. Also, what else do I got here? Old tried and true soup, baby. You know it. Chunky sirloin burger, man. All right. You know what's up with the sirloin burger. Yes. Hell yeah. I had to pick me up some of these. So I got a couple of these. I got me also some chicken noodle soup. So I am going to be digging in for some soup coming up tomorrow. We're going to be tearing up some sirloin burger right here. It's going to be awesome. And all you got to do is put this in probably my 2 to 4 quart stock pot. Put it on medium heat. Pop this bad boy in there, and when it comes to a bubble, bring it down to simmer for about 5 minutes and turn it off, and it's ready to go. All right, watch out if it's right then, blow on and make sure it's not too hot for you, okay? Because I don't want you to scorch yourself, but definitely you need this to be eaten warm. All right, hot and warm. All right. That's about as hot as you can stand it. Let's say that. All right. Okay. So munch on some soups. You're never too old for soup, and it's always tasty. Check it out. I got one other idea. I definitely love some hamburger helper. And my favorite is the old school. I think it's the three cheese blend. So I don't have that in house right now, but what I do have is the next best thing. And the next best thing is my favorite and yours. You got it. Mac and cheese. Hell yeah. And I like the spirals. I'm a big fan of the spirals. So I get the three cheese spiral mac and cheese. Oh, yeah. And I just like cooking the chili. I'm going to start off with 1 pound of ground chuck beef. All right. Chuck beef, not just your regular. Get that chuck. All right. Make sure it's an 80-20 blend. You're going to brown that off real good. Drain off all the fat. Drain it real good. Pop it back in the skillet. In another 4-quart saucepan, use it's going to be 6 cups of hot water. Bring that to a boil. Then you're going to follow the instructions on this mac and cheese box. I think you're going to boil it for maybe about 8 minutes. Drain the noodles, and you're going to be adding, I think, 4 tablespoons of margarine. You're going to mix in quarter cup or 2/3 cup of milk, and then the sauce packet. Mix that up real good, real good. All right, it's going to come to a melt. It's going to all come together. It's going to be creamy and ready to roll. And from then on, you just get your ground beef and add it to this pot, and then stir it together. And then you are ready to rock and roll with your own homemade hamburger helper. All right. So that's Tony's spiral 3 cheese ground beef hamburger helper recipe right there. All right. That's a big banger. You can't go wrong with that. All right. And also serve that with some French bread. Toast that in the oven at 350 for about 10 minutes and smear some butter on there for the last 2 minutes and let it melt, and then go for it. Oh, yeah. Love it. Last but not least, in this cold winter storm that we're going through, you got to have some hot chocolate. Hot chocolate. You better believe it. Hot chocolate with some marshmallows. You got to have marshmallows. Okay, I confess, I'm a sugar addict. All right, so I got to have some marshmallows even when I have my hot chocolate. So you know what's up. I don't need to spell it out for you. Get some hot chocolate if you haven't got it right now. The stores are going to be open till 11 o'clock. You are going to want some of these tomorrow, all right? 2, maybe 3 or 4 packets. I think this comes with 8. Go out there, pick yourself a box up if there's still any available, all right? So there's some good cooking ideas for you right there that you can enjoy over the next 24 to 36 hours. God willing, you haven't had any kind of power outage. And I will say my prayers that all of you, my friends and family out there that are watching the show and that I haven't even had a chance to meet yet, or had you subscribe to the show, that I hope that you and your family experience no power outage, and that you get into where you need to be safe. But if you don't need to go out, don't go out. Stay inside, stay warm, play it safe, and get ready for Tuesday when everything gets back to normal. I've got tomorrow off. I didn't ask for it. They gave it to me. So they're taking precautions, and they gave us tomorrow off. And so I'm going to take care of some house duties. So that sound fun? House duties. Oh, it's going to be awesome. Well, here's what I'm going to be talking about next. Next, I want to talk about some upcoming show details, all right? Because we got some good things that are coming up here in Corpus. So I want to start off by talking to you guys about this Friday, coming up this Friday. Well, I'm talking about Friday, January 30th. My friends in Gutter Gospels are going to be doing a video shoot over at Vernon's. All right, Vernon's downtown. I believe Vernon's is right off of Chaparral. All right, but just look that up on your GPS. Gutter Gospels video shoot. I believe it's going to go down about 8 o'clock. They might start shooting around 9, so get there around 8-ish. All right, get a good seat. Grab yourself a cold one. Grab maybe a badass barbecue sandwich from Vernon's that I know they're famous for. So get out there. That's Friday night, Gutter Gospels video shoot over at Vernon's. Get there at 8 p.m. I think the shoot's going to start around 9 o'clock. And get ready to go wild, man. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great night. Gutter Gospels, Joe, Mike, Joaquin, and my brother Eric from War Cult on drums with these guys. It's going to be a great time. All right. Free show over at Vernon's this Friday, Gutter Gospels. Be there, video shoot about 8 o'clock. All right. They're going to get started around 9, so be there early, about 8, all right? Don't get there late, all right? It's going to be really cool. You want to be a part of that. Coming up on Saturday, January 31st, I had yours truly. These guys, Swim the Current, in the house. They were on the podcast last Thursday, just a few days ago. And thank you very much to George and Greg and Marcus for coming on the show. I miss Joe and I miss Chris for being on the show. Joe has been feeling very well. And I think same thing with Chris. These guys are really busy, and I'm glad that they're doing what it takes to get themselves well. So that way, when they join us this coming Saturday, January 31st, they're going to be 110% and be ready to kick Corpus Christi's ass at the House of Rock. And that's going to be a packed show, man. It's stacked with our favorite guys over here, our Southern Blues Rock fucking soon-to-be legends. I'm talking about Louis Mandel, Andrew, and also my man Steve on drums, kicking ass with Heavy Soul. You better believe it. Heavy Soul is going to be opening up the show. And then we got our brothers from Alice. You got it. Rocco and the Boys. Xcess is going to be coming on next right there at the House of Rock. And right before Swim the Current will be Seattle Rising. Hell yeah, Seattle Rising, who just did some recordings over there with our friend Robert Beltran over at Precision Studio. Hell yes, I always have a great time recording with War Cult and Robert over there at Precision Studio. So Seattle Rising's got original music out. Check them out on your favorite music platform, as well as music from Xcess, and look up music from Heavy Soul. All these guys have got original music on their favorite music platforms, either on Bandcamp, either on SoundCloud, Apple, Amazon. Spotify is my platform of favorite, of choice. So that's where I go to. But look these guys up: Heavy Soul, Seattle Rising, Xcess, and of course, Swim the Current. They just dropped their latest single, which is called Concrete Angel, and that was dropping 12:01 Friday morning. All right, it was awesome. It's a great jam. It's dedicated to the working man out there. So I really dug this jam. It goes off. It's another banger by these guys. I love the way they do their thing, man. Swim the Current is fucking very unique. And they have got a knack for putting out killer fucking music, man. I love these guys. Each one of them comes from a different background. And when you get the chemistries of these guys coming together, it creates something really special. And Swim the Current will be here in town Saturday at the House of Rock, January 31st. All right. One more time, they got Seattle Rising, Xcess, and also Heavy Soul opening that show. Also coming up, let me tell you about some other shows that are going to be hitting our Corpus Christi. On February 7th, we have Bark at the Dark, which is an Ozzy tribute that's going to be going down over at Brewster Street Ice House downtown. And opening for Bark at the Dark, this Ozzy tribute, will be my band, the ACDC Tribute Mighty Unclean. So we'll shout out to my boys at Mighty Unclean, Ben, Mike, Tyler, and Aaron. Love you guys. Hell yeah, we're going to be kicking some ass over there at Brewster Street with our friends Bark at the Dark. So Ozzy lovers, ACDC fans, make sure you get your tickets. They are $15 in advance and $20 at the door. February 7th, that's a Saturday. Be ready. Brewster Street, Ozzy and ACDC tributes. Coming up also right after that is February 21st. It's going to be over at the Retro. I am going to have Iron Maiden tribute Peace of Mind on the fucking stage, kicking ass, along with my ACDC tribute Mighty Unclean. We're going to be opening up for Peace of Mind February 21st. That's a Saturday over at the Retro downtown on the rooftop patio. We're going to be kicking ass out there. So ACDC and Iron Maiden fans, you know it got to be there. It's only $10 at the door. And we're going to turn this into a Zeros reunion. So all my Zero friends that play in Peace of Mind and also play in Mighty Unclean, bring your family and friends and let everybody know that we're getting together with Mark and the rest of the Zeros family over at Retro Rooftop to celebrate Zeros. And that's going to be Saturday, February 21st at the Retro Rooftop downtown. Zeros reunion with Iron Maiden tribute Peace of Mind and ACDC tribute Mighty Unclean. February 21st, Retro Rooftop. Show starts 9 o'clock. Doors open at 8. All right, so everybody can get together and start mingling and having a good time, talking about the old times and getting ready to rock and roll. Hell yeah, just like we always would do over at Zeros. I love Zeros, man. Absolutely love Zeros. Hell yes. And then after that, February 28th, going down to Brewster Street. Oh, yes. My Pantera tribute band, Vulgar Display of Power, returns to Brewster Street Ice House with our friends. A System of a Down tribute, Down with System. Yes, it's going to be awesome. They're going to be kicking ass over at Brewster Street with us. That is going to be just our two bands, Vulgar Display of Power and Down with System. We got a Pantera and System of a Down tribute going off right there February 28th at Brewster Street Ice House downtown. Doors are going to be opening at 7, I believe. Show will start at 8 o'clock, all right? And Down with System is going to be the first band to start off that night. Tickets are $15 in advance and $20 the day of the show. All right, and that's going to be February 28th, Saturday at Brewster Street Ice House downtown. Pantera and System of a Down tributes. Woo! It's going to be heavy. Then coming up March 13th at the House of Rock, we have Lamb of God tribute, Terra and Hubiris coming to Corpus Christi, and we're going to have my Pantera tribute opening for them or closing with them, but they are going to be awesome to have in town. Lamb of God tribute, Terra and Hubiris coming from San Antonio along with Pantera tribute. And I believe we're going to be having a Kitty tribute, Spit, along on that bill also. So how about that? Pantera, Lamb of God, and Kitty. That is going to be awesome. All these three tributes, Pantera, Lamb of God, and Kitty, 3 tributes going off at the House of Rock. That's going to be March 13th, Saturday at the House of Rock. Don't miss that, all right? Get your tickets in advance. I believe that one's going to be $15 in advance and $20 a day at the show. So plan in advance. You know you're going to be there. Grab those tickets and pop into the House of Rock and buy those tickets in person. Skip those online fees and get those tickets in person and grab yourself some kick-ass pizza and a cold beer while you're there, all right? Tell them Tony sent you from the Tony Gomez Show. And then also coming up on March 21st, I was hoping we were going to I would have the opportunity to do this one day. And Alex just hit me up last week that he heard from the man, Robb, from Robb's Metal Works podcast, San Antonio's longest running metal institution, is inviting Anialator to go on his show and to do a podcast there, a live interview over at his place. And that is going to be happening on Saturday, March 21st. Hell yeah. So Anialator is going to be on the Robb Metal Works podcast, and we're going to be at his place Saturday, March 21st. Saturday, March 21st. So he'll probably have that ready to roll maybe within a week or so, or maybe sooner. All right. But thank you so much, Robb, for hitting up Anialator, hitting up Alex Dominguez. And Alex and me are going to team up. We're going to go over there for the interview, and we're looking forward to it, to talk about our latest album, Death is Calling, talk about our new material that we were putting together, and shout out to all my bros in Anialator, JD, Fernie, Daniel, and Alex. Love you guys. Fuck yeah. I can't wait. We're going to be getting together, I believe, in June 20th. If maybe that rings up, that sounds familiar. June 20th, and I think that's going to be in Dallas. We're going to be headlining a show in Dallas. All right. So if you need more details, go to the Anialator Facebook page, and we can find out more right there about our Dallas appearance coming up this summer. So really, that's what I had for you guys today. I know you got other things to be doing. You're probably maybe watching a little bit of the NFL conference finals. All right. So cheers to the Patriots, who are moving on to the Super Bowl in 2 weeks. And right now they have got the Rams and the Seahawks, and I'm favoring the Seahawks to go to kick the Rams' ass and to go all the way and also win the Super Bowl as well. So we'll see how that turns out. But also I want to mention that I'm going to be looking to set up some interviews with my friends in Acid Wizard. Hell yeah, Tommy, Fernando, and Riot and Acid Wizard. And also hopefully set up an interview with my brothers in Brutal Poverty. All right, Brutal Rich, Albert, and Luis. See if we can get them on the show. That would be so fucking badass. All right, so it'd be great to get the guys here on the show. Longtime friends of mine. And me and Richard actually got arrested one time down in the valley together. So if we get them on the show, we're going to be talking about that story. So there's always cool stories when it talks about ends up with you in jail, right? It's what a story, right? So we'll talk about how we ended up in jail in the valley. So I got to set up a date with these guys, but also these guys are always out at your local venues, as well as getting out all over Texas. So when you have the opportunity, get out there, support my friends in Brutal Poverty, support my friends in Acid Wizard. All right. Get out there and support live music. All right. Live music. All right. Make sure you support live music as much as possible. All right. And like I mentioned, we got a bunch of shows coming up. Hit me up on my Tony Gomez page if you got any questions or need some info or even want to book one of my bands. All right. When it comes to my bands, let me give you a roll call. I got 2 tributes. I got an ACDC tribute called Mighty Unclean. I got the Pantera tribute, Vulgar Display of Power. I have 2 cover bands, one cover band called Fistful of Metal. Shout out to my brothers in that, Joey Perez, Aaron Ramirez, and Steve Pedraza. Love you guys. So Fistful of Metal. And we also double as a 80s and 90s hard rock cover band, and that's called Faster Disco. All right, so we do that, and then also have 2 original bands, War Cult, that's right, War Cult, and Anialator. All right, and when I say Anialator, I spell it Anialator, Anialator. All right, so look it up on your favorite music platform and look up War Cult on your favorite music platform. We just released our latest single called War Cult, and that was like end of November. Check that out. Give us a like, give us a follow. Always support live music, and I hope to see you this Friday over the Gutter Gospels video shoot over at Vernon's. All right, remember I said get there at 8 o'clock. All right, tell them Tony Gomez sent you. And also I want to see you Saturday for the Swim the Current show over at the House of Rock, along with my friends in Heavy Soul, Seattle Rising, and Xcess. Swim the Current next Saturday, January 31st. Looking forward to seeing you guys, George, Marcus, Joe, Greg, and Chris. It's going to be cool. Very cool at the House of Rock. Make sure you're getting your tickets in advance, $15 right now. All right. Get those tickets and go pop in to get them in person at the House of Rock. And hope to see you soon, Casey, and everybody at the House of Rock. You guys fucking rock. And I will see you next weekend, Friday and Saturday. So join me at those shows. And until then, thanks for watching the show tonight. Stay safe. Stay warm. Don't go out if you don't need to. All right. And I'll see you at the show.